What's up, gang? Garrett back here, and today I'm going to go through my Black Friday haul. Now, this is just going over the DVDs and movies that I got during Black Friday. I just actually got them all in recently, so I'm just going to do a little review on what I picked up. And some of this stuff was blind buys I haven't even checked out yet, but I wanted to kind of go through each one with you guys. And, if I have any recommendations, I will give them to you. And if you guys have any recommendations or thoughts on any of these movies that I'm going to show you now, please post it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think. I'm going to probably start digging deep into these releases, and maybe I'll do a little bit more of a in-depth review on each one as we go. I'm going to start first with a movie that I didn't get a good deal on per se. It wasn't a Black Friday deal, but I did get it around that time, and I just recently got it in the mail, and that is Total Recall Best Buy exclusive Steelbook on 4K. Now, this is pretty cool. It's actually got a clear slip on there. I don't know if this is something new that they're doing or if this is just for this release, but it's pretty damn cool. And Total Recall is definitely a favorite of mine. Schwarzenegger film that came out in 1990, I believe. I can remember when this was airing on TV. I was only 9 years old, and remember seeing like the commercials for it, and I was like, wow, that looks insane. And you know what, man? It still looks great. The special effects are so good in this movie. Some may say they're cheesy, but I say they're awesome. I love Total Recall, and I will actually go out on a limb here. I know this is probably not going to be the most popular opinion, but I actually kind of like Total Recall the remake. I thought that was pretty well done as well. I'm not sure. I don't hear a lot about it. I'm not sure what other people think of that remake, if it just got kind of tossed to the side as another crappy remake of a great movie. But I kind of like that one too. But yeah, Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, one of my favorite Arnold movies. And that's the first one on my list of what I just recently received. All right, number 2 on my Black Friday haul list. Just recently came out. I did see this on Netflix, and I actually liked it quite a bit. And it is The Irishman from Criterion Blu-ray here. I thought this was really well done. Scorsese's Irishman, killer cast in here. You bring all the band back together with De Niro, Pesci, and Pacino. So I recommend this. If you guys haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure you can probably still watch it on Netflix. It's a long movie, but I think they do a good job. There's actually some decent scenes where you can see the CGI where they kind of make everybody look a little bit younger. And it kind of had me laughing with De Niro. I think there was a scene where he was like beating up some guy at a deli or whatever on the street. And he was supposed to be, at the time, I think that he was like in his 30s maybe. And he was kicking this guy, and man, it basically looked like a 30-year-old moving like a 75-year-old beating this guy up. It was actually kind of laughable in a way. It did not look realistic at all. But all in all, it was awesome to see these guys back together. And I definitely recommend The Irishman for anybody who has not checked it out. And I'm glad to have it on a Criterion release, and dying to check out the special features on this thing. All right, number 3 on the list. This is an awesome movie, Steven Spielberg movie. This could be, I think, Steven Spielberg's maybe first movie. I don't know offhand, but it's definitely one that I love, and I finally was able to score it on Blu-ray. It was super cheap. It's been in my Amazon cart for a long time. I do own this on DVD, but I definitely hoped that it would have a nice upgrade. Again, this is Duel, and it was put out by Universal. I got this for $6, guys, on Black Friday on Amazon. So I didn't want to pass it up. It's been in my cart for a while. Like I said, I do own the DVD, so I was not in a rush to get this because I wasn't really sure what kind of upgrade this was going to be from that standard DVD. But when I saw the price, I knew I had to get it. Knowing me, this is probably going to get a nicer edition from maybe Arrow or Shout Factory, later down the road. I don't know. I don't know how well Universal has this kind of locked up there. But guys, this is an awesome movie. If you haven't checked this out, I want you to think about, and it's so weird to say this, but almost like Jaws, right? But with a truck. It's suspenseful, a great story. It's a chase movie, and I love it. So if you have not checked out Duel, let me look really quick if this is. All right, well, it says here that the first time this movie has been released in widescreen, so I guess that's good. Yeah, if anybody knows anything more about this, it doesn't look like there's too many bonus features on here. Things they've talked to Steven Spielberg, but if anybody has any info on this movie that maybe is not well known, let me know. But yeah, this movie's awesome, guys. So check it out. I'm not sure if it's still on sale, but could be. All right, up next is one of my favorite horror movies in the last couple of years. I think this came out in 2019. I could be wrong. It could have been 18, but I think it was 2019. And it is from Ari Aster, and it was the follow-up to Hereditary. And it takes place mainly in the daylight, in which I think for a horror movie is just so cool. And I know this one has very mixed reviews. I know the pacing a lot of people don't like. I'm really big on, a slower paced, type horror movie personally. I think that I like to learn the characters. I like that it gets dragged out and it's leading to something big. So the movies that he has done so far, I've just loved the way he kind of paces them. Now, this is Midsummer, and I had talked about this before on the Dead Pit YouTube page with CK, and we talked about just, the theatrical version and what we thought of it, because we both own it as well on Blu-ray. But I did get this, which is an awesome edition put out by A24, and it's the director's cut of the movie. Now, this movie was filmed, it's a long movie, but it was filmed even longer, right? I think even longer than this director's cut, but they took a lot out for the theatrical cut. Now, this is just adding a bunch of new scenes in there that kind of piece everything together a little bit better. I have seen a little bit of the director's cut scenes. I don't know if it's all, what I've seen is what's on here, because I have not watched this yet, but I will. And I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm going to think about it. I love the fact that it has new scenes, that it makes the story, like I said, even longer, But I saw an intro, which I don't know if this is the intro to this movie or not, this director's cut, where it almost kind of tries to put a funny spin on the movie, and honestly, I think it kind of ruins it for me, for what I saw. But again, I have not watched this version yet, so I don't know if that's on this or not. But I did see a clip of that somewhere. But yeah, it's cool. It comes in a book. It's only the director's cut, so I will definitely be keeping my theatrical cut. And it comes with a book, and it's basically got all the pictures from the movie there. I don't want to get too far into the pictures in the book, but it's basically a take off the book that they talk about in the movie. So, like I said, that is Midsummer Director's Cut on 4K, actually. So, again, I might do a bigger review on this once I check it out. But check A24's website. I know this is limited edition, and I know it sold out pretty quick, and they had to re-release it. It may still be up there, but it's a cool edition. I mean, it's like a big hardcover book, and if you want to take a look in comparison to just a regular standard Blu-ray case, this thing is huge. So as far as where it's going to get placed and stored, I'm not sure yet, but you can't fit it into your normal Blu-ray or DVD shelf. All right, next up is a classic. It was put out on Blu-ray already, and I actually owned it. This was a real good price on Black Friday on Amazon, and I've been hearing nothing but good things as far as the quality transfer, as it being one of the best transfers that they've seen in a while. And this is from Arrow Video, and this is The Last Starfighter. Now, this is another movie that I've been a big fan of ever since I was a kid. I remember I even had like a book that I used to read a lot as a kid. Had like a picture book. It was big, and it was the last Starfighter. So that's kind of actually my introduction to the movie, was through that book, and then I watched it from there. But great movie, guys. It has to do with a video game, and they go into space, and it's basically like a video game come to life. Great cast here as well. Again, this movie is 1984, and Arrow did a great job with this. I have not watched this version yet, but what they did was they took a 4K scan. So I know that the quality is going to be better than the Blu-ray that I did have, and it was such a good price, I'm just going to probably sell my standard Blu-ray. If anybody wants it, shoot me a message. But I'll probably get rid of that and just keep this one in the collection for now. But I'm looking forward to checking it out and checking out the quality difference between the two. All right, coming up next is another limited edition steelbook from Synapse. And I know Diabolic DVD put this out in limited quantities, and it is a movie that has been pretty sought after for a while. I did not own this on any format at all. I heard of it. I didn't know much about it. But after I watched the trailer for it, I knew it was definitely something I had to jump on. It's right up my alley. And that is, boom, let me just see if we can get a nice clear shot. The Massacre at Central High. Now, it's a steelbook with a slipcover. Steelbook's sweet. This is a great image. Synapse always does an awesome job on their stuff. And I'm super excited to have this in the collection. I did watch it, actually, and I liked it. I wasn't sure what to really expect. It sounds like it would be a straight-up slasher, but it's not. To me, it actually falls more into, like, a teenage revenge flick. I mean, it's got a pretty decent cast in it. It's got, like, Robert Carradine from Revenge of the Nerds in here. Who else was in this one? It had Kimberly Beck from Friday the 13th. So, yeah. And, Rainbow Smith from a movie called Lenora, A Child Tale of the Supernatural. And I actually almost put that on my list when I said, like, 10 movies that you need to see for Halloween. That's a good movie. If you guys haven't seen that, I think, Synapse put that out on DVD as well. It's a great atmosphere in that movie. So check that one out if you guys haven't heard of it. I'm pretty sure you can probably still get it. But yeah, that's called Lenora, A Tale of the Supernatural. I would definitely check that one out too. But yeah, so we have Massacre at Central High. I don't know if it was a Diabolic / Synapse deal, putting out the steelbook. 2 discs. You get a DVD version as well. Comes with a little booklet in here as well. So, guys, I would definitely check this out. You can get it right on diabolicdvd.com. I'm pretty sure there was still some available. But it's definitely a cool movie. And like I said, it is a limited edition steelbook, so you might want to grab it soon. All right, so we are kind of finishing this off right now with a big box that I just got yesterday from Vinegar Syndrome. So if you guys were following me on Black Friday at midnight, the drop for Vinegar Syndrome's Black Friday special that they host every year, I was on there live with CK over at Dead Pit, and we did some live buying at that point. A couple things he wanted that he wasn't able to grab in the past, he kind of missed out on. So if you guys haven't watched that video, I would definitely go on the deadpit.com YouTube page and check that video out of our live Black Friday haul from Vinegar Syndrome. It's pretty entertaining. So this is what I did pick up here. A couple of these movies I know, a couple of these movies I don't know. So again, please put down below any thoughts on these things, because some of these were blind buys for me. I will, however, check these out very, very soon, within probably the next couple days. So first up was one of their title announcements that they had recently promoted, which was Fade to Black. Now, I have this on DVD, on the old Anchor Bay DVD, and I always liked this movie a lot. As you can see this cover, I know they had a couple different slip covers that you could get in the limited edition Blu-ray here. I'm a huge fan of this original artwork. I mean, that was a no-brainer for me. I love this. Look at this. And then you flip it around. Look at that. I mean, that's awesome. So basically what this movie is about is that it's about a guy. Now, you're going to find this funny, but for the longest time as a kid watching this, I thought this was Roddy McDowell, this guy here. Okay? For a long time I did. It's not. But he resembles him quite a bit, maybe a younger version of him. This movie came out, I think, in 1980. So, what I like about this movie is that this guy is a cinema freak. He loves movies, the classics, and, he starts putting on makeup, trying to look like his favorite, horror, I would say, icons. And he's getting bullied and teased all the time till eventually he can't take it anymore. And then he basically turns into a slasher movie, but he's dressing up as all these different characters, as he's kind of going after, I would say, these people that kind of tormented him, right? So this is Fade to Black. I have not checked this out yet. Like I said, I just got this order last night in, so this is I haven't had a chance to check this one out on this Blu-ray. But again, I have seen this a bunch of times. But yeah, Fade to Black. Check this out. The quality that they put into this, at least the artwork and the box and all that stuff, is top notch. So if you haven't checked that movie out, definitely worth a check. All right, the next big one on the list was another big announcement that they've been promoting, and that is going to be this big, huge 4K edition of Beastmaster. I can't believe I'm saying a 4K edition of Beastmaster. So this is a movie by Don Coscarelli, the maker of things like Phantasm and Kenny and Company and Bubba Hotep and Survival Quest and all those movies. I always like Don Coscarelli's stuff. You've heard me talk about it before. Kenny and Company, I keep, getting on the bit about get that on a better version. I did talk to him on Piz Owl's live stream. I was able to talk to Don himself. And he actually said Disney owns it. So he's trying to get it back because now that they acquired Marvel and all these other things, them doing anything with Kenny and Company at this point is gone to the wayside. So he's working on trying to get it back to get a proper release. Man, if Vinegar Syndrome gets a hold of that movie, what they did for Beastmaster, they could do an awesome addition for Kenny and Company as well. I mean, guys, look at this. Look at this. This is a huge box here. So you pull the box open. And now inside the box, you've got a book. You've got another box, which is a slipcover. And then in there is you've got your 4K Blu-ray. And it comes in multiple discs here. 3 discs. All different versions and editions. You got some Blu-rays in here. You got some special features in here. Bunch of special features. But man, did they do a top-notch job on this 80s fantasy movie here. Always one I liked. There was a lot of these movies that came out around that time. I think Davin Don Coscarelli's twist on it. I always liked this one a lot. So that is Beastmaster. So again, Vinegar Syndrome 4K Beastmaster limited edition box set here. So I would definitely go check that one out as well. I have not watched this yet. I've seen it, have the DVD from Anchor Bay, but I have not watched this edition yet. I'm actually looking forward to doing that very, very soon. Okay, so next up is going to be one that I'm not sure many people know about. When I saw this on the Vinegar Syndrome site, I grabbed it. I think it's been out for a while. I just actually became very lucky that I noticed it. I knew this was out. I just thought this was out by like Kino. I didn't know Vinegar had this. So on Black Friday, I was scrolling through and I saw Alphabet City. Okay. And why I needed to jump on it for sure was that the price was pretty good and it still had its slipcover. And if you guys know Vinegar Syndrome, these slipcovers are only for a certain amount, right? It's a very limited amount that come with these slipcovers. And a lot of people are slipcover crazy. I'm not necessarily, but I mean, hey, if I can get it with it, great, perfect. They do a great job with it. It's just a little bonus. But man, this movie's great, guys. So if you look at this cover, very 80s, right? Very cool. I saw this not too long ago for the first time on Amazon Prime. I was laying in bed one night. I like to sometimes just scroll around and just pick something that I know I'm going to probably fall asleep to. That just kind of, I've never seen, but kind of catches my interest. Something maybe like very 80s or even kind of cheesy that I actually might enjoy. And that was one of these movies. And then I turned it on, and man, it was like neon lights and synth music and such an 80s vibe. And it reminded me of like a lot of maybe like Savage Streets. That's another movie that I absolutely love with Linda Blair. That kind of gave me the same vibe as this movie. You know, obviously it's not about a girl seeking revenge. It's about a guy, and he's kind of messed up with some drug dealers. And what else really got me excited about this movie is that Jamie Gertz plays his sister in this movie. Now look at that cool car there, huh? So Jamie Gertz plays his sister in this movie as well. And, you know, like I talked about before, I love The Lost Boys. So, you know, when I can see a character from that movie in another movie, already I'm kind of hooked onto it. So I loved it. I thought it was great. I think if you guys don't know this movie, it might be one to grab. Because, again, you don't hear this talked about too much. It's definitely a title that I thought Kino put out. It just kind of had that Kino Labor vibe that of the movies that they put out. But, no, Vinegar Syndrome has it. And I'm not sure if it still can get the slips. But check out Alphabet City. Now, these next two movies that I have here are the last two in the lot from Vinegar Syndrome. They're both blind buys for me. So, again, what I want to know, guys, is down below, if you know about these or if you've seen them, post your opinions on them, because I have not seen either of them. It was a blind buy. I don't like to do too many blind buys nowadays, just due to space and, you know, being burned a lot, I guess. But a couple things. The first one is the Martial Law set. So you got Martial Law 1 and Martial Law 2. Now, if I can get this camera to focus on this, check out that artwork right there. Now, if that doesn't sell you, I don't know what does. Again, I'm a huge fan of, you know, like those 80s action movies, kind of like cheesy, where they're doing martial arts and, you know, they're on the streets, and it kind of seemed like right up my alley. I did look at the trailer before I purchased this, and it did look like something I'm definitely going to enjoy. You know, just look at this. It comes with, by the way, it comes with a poster of that cover art. So here's the Blu-ray itself. You've got both discs in here, and it does come with a poster of these movies, which is really cool because, again, this artwork is really what sold me on this, and I'm really looking forward to checking this out. Like I said, things like Savage Streets, and, you know, I don't want to get into a lot of it because there's a couple of movies that I am like completely all about that I want to talk about on this channel because it doesn't get enough love. But let me just, I'll just throw one out there, like Class of 1984, right? Like, I love that movie. I've loved that movie for so long, and you don't hear a lot about it. I mean, I'm very, very happy Scream Factory put out a nice version of it, but man, that movie is awesome. And, you know, so those kind of like, I don't know what to call them, not revenge movies, I guess. They're kind of action. It's not horror, right? So movies like that, if you guys can kind of give me like a genre title for stuff like that, like a Savage Streets and a New Kids and Class of 84, you know, comment down below what you would call that kind of genre. Like, I mean, it's not really exploitation. It's kind of like 80s action, I guess. But yeah, that really drew me to this. So I'm really looking forward to check this one out. So again, if you guys know anything about martial law, let me know down below. And hopefully I'll do a better review on this thing later after I watch them. All right, now the last but not least is another blind buy. This one I was kind of on the fence about until the end, as we were doing our live stream. I was reading a little bit about it. Some people posted in the comments a little bit about it, which got me really intrigued. It was one of their newer releases that night, So I checked out the trailer, and it won me over. I don't know much about this movie. It is called Don't Panic. Okay, it has, you know, the alternate title here on the slipcover, but underneath you've got this cover art, Don't Panic. It's got a really cool like 80s logo here. So let me just say this, by the trailer alone, this looks almost like it's a Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 like ripoff. So I'm not expecting this to be gold, but I'm expecting to have a great time with it. I don't know if you would say the killer, I guess they play with a Ouija board, and this guy comes out and starts tormenting them, who basically looks just like a regular guy, but he acts and tries to talk like Freddy. It's pretty amusing if you watch the trailer. And the kid in it kind of reminds me of like a Mark Patton, I guess you would say. Jesse from Elm Street 2. And what kind of sold me on this was we're talking about a guy or a kid in that movie that's probably either in his late teens or early 20s. And for some reason, you can see it on the front cover here. He's running around in like little kids' dinosaur pajamas. I don't know why. But right then and there, I was like, okay, I've got to see this movie. I've got to check this thing out. So I'm not sure what to expect with this thing, but it looks like it's probably going to be a good time. I'm probably going to get a lot of laughs out of it. But I will probably definitely do some kind of review on this. Maybe I can see who else got a copy of this, and we can do some kind of collaboration review on this thing. So, guys, thank you so much. We go about a half hour into this, talking about the movies that I did pick up on Black Friday. Again, post down below what you picked up. Maybe you had some different movies, especially from Vinegar Syndrome, that you highly recommend, because there was a couple that was on my radar that I did not pull the trigger on, but I'm still kind of itching to do it, such as like Silent Madness. So, guys, if you have any opinion on that stuff, let me know down below. But again, I'm very just weary about what movies I do pick up. If something's so bad it's good, like I'm fine with that. But if something's so bad it's bad, it's like I just don't have the room for that kind of stuff anymore. So give me some stuff to check out down below, and let me know about any questions you have about any of the stuff I did pick up on my little Black Friday haul here. So again, guys, thank you so much for checking out my stuff. Again, I'm going to try to get a video a week in, just due to my time that I have available. I know I am going to do some collaborations with some people very soon. Deadpit, OCK, and I, and maybe Uncle Bill, I'm not sure, but we're going to be talking Phantasm a couple times this month. We're going to hopefully get some videos in before the end of the month. On my channel, on his channel, we're going to be talking about all things Phantasm, a little Silver Balls Christmas. Again, we both are huge fans of that franchise, that movie, and we have some collectibles that we want to kind of talk about and show, and just the different variations and versions of the movies that we have gotten on physical media. So keep your eye out for that. Also, too, check out my last video talking about my reaction to the new Cobra Kai Season 3 trailer. I'm a huge Karate Kid fan. I'm going to be doing a lot of Karate Kid videos between maybe like the end of December right until the premiere of Season 3. So I'm going to be talking about some of the things I have in my collection when it comes to the Karate Kid, and there's a lot of it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to be able to get to most of it, but I have a lot of stuff from that. Again, huge fan of that movie, and thank you guys for the support. Keep liking, subscribing, share these videos around, talk about them. The more people that get involved here, I want to do collaborations, guys. So, hit me up and let me know. I'm definitely down to do some collaborations on some stuff, and, have you on my channel to do some rad recommendations. Hit me up and let me know, and we can maybe try to work something out for that. Just basically some good content out there that people I think will enjoy. So, again, thank you guys so much for checking out my stuff, and I will catch you guys next time. Stay